In this video, I'm using some items that I recently picked up at the thrift store and giving them a complete makeover and turning them into beautiful Valentine's home decor. So make sure you stay tuned to see how everything turned out. For the first project, I'm using one of these signs, and I'm actually going to do like a sign transformation. But what is so cool about this sign is that it will be reversible. So I picked this up at Goodwill and it was $4.99. It says Audrey's on it. I've never heard of that. I was aiming to look it up, but let me know in the comments below if that's like a store or if that's just kind of a brand that a store carries. But I thought this was really pretty, and it did go along with my farmhouse decor, so I hated to paint over the welcome part of it. So I had a really cool idea to remove all of the backing, which is only like the price tags, and then this little metal hanger. It had 2 screws in there, so I'm using a tiny little screwdriver to get those out. And then I thought it would be so cool to paint the back side so that I would be able to turn this sign around. I'm still able to hang it up on the wall to show the front side because it has that ledge in the back, but whenever it is Valentine's Day, I can just turn it around and set it on a tabletop and show off the beautiful little Valentine's decor without having to dig through storage. And this will just make decorating so easy to make more reversible pieces. So the first thing I'm going to be doing is starting off with a clean slate. So very carefully I'm using an angled brush and trying to be as careful as possible in those little grooves, not to paint on the edges, because I do want to leave that wood looking frame. And I ended up doing 2 coats of the Waverly white chalk paint and just make sure that it was completely covered. Even though for special occasions and holidays decorating, I love adding the colors in there, and I love pink and red for Valentine's Day, but I do still want this to kind of coordinate with my rustic farmhouse look, so I wanted to go ahead and make it look rustic. I'm using a piece of coarse sandpaper, and I really rough up the back, and I just think it makes it look like real weathered wood and gives it a really pretty effect and adds a little extra detail to the back. And then I'm using one of these wooden hearts from Dollar Tree. I actually found this in the normal crafting section, so I don't think it's just a Valentine's Day item. It could be, but it didn't have a Valentine's Day tag, and it didn't have the little hole hangers like the wooden hearts that I usually see there. And like I say, I love pink for Valentine's Day, so I am using the ballet slipper pink from Waverly as well in the chalk paint and giving this a nice thick coat as well. I wanted to add a little bit of a highlight into this heart, so I'm just streaking some of my white chalk paint that was left over from what I painted the back and just kind of mixing that in very lightly. I don't want it to mix all the way because I love the streaked little look to it. I think it just makes it pop a little bit extra and adds extra detail. So the next thing I'm using is one of these little wall decal arts from Dollar Tree, and this one says love, live, laugh, and then has the little words below it, and I think it is so cute. These are perfect to cut apart and use on tons of different decor. So I'm going to go ahead and cut that out just so I can see exactly where I'm going to put it in the center. And then I'm going to make one of my super simple burlap bows by looping over a piece of ribbon and then laying it on a piece of jute string, adding another small piece for the tail, and then bunching them up and double knotting that, and then fluffing it up to glue that on the top.
Hey, we can run away. You say you wanted to. You wanna go back, wanna go back. You wanna go back to a place where we can hide. You wanna stay there, wanna stay there.
I just knew I wanted this bow in the center, so I went ahead and glued it down, but you will see that I do end up changing that. And I love these little wall decal stickers because they are perfect for pieces like this. You can Mod Podge over them if you would like to. I chose not to because sometimes I feel like it makes the words look a little bit cloudy and not so black and bold. And the black was really bold and stuck out, so I wanted something else black on this sign that would kind of make it all tie in together. And you all know that I am obsessed with adding these little stitches It just gives everything such a cutesy little look, especially around hearts on Valentine's Day. It's just perfect for that. So I just didn't like how crowded the words were with this bow in the center. Even though it did leave an ugly glue spot where I did pull up the bow, I decided to kind of put it on the top corner and make it a little bit catty cornered, and I went ahead and re-glued it down and then just tried to hide the ugly spot with a little piece of the bow tails, and then added a ton of hot glue so that the heart would stay on this sign. And I think that's pretty much it. I think it turned out so cute. This is so cute and definitely looks like something that you would purchase at a store, and I would have definitely picked this up if I would have saw this out, and can be customized in a ton of different colors and just really beautiful for Valentine's. The second piece that I chose to make over was this little metal tin, and this is something that I would have passed on originally, but whenever I went back through the aisles and I saw it and it was really inexpensive, it was only $3.99, I decided to pick it up. I thought that little pattern on the front already kind of looked like hearts and it reminded me of Valentine's Day, so I went ahead and picked it up. I did not like that leaf at the top though. I felt like it just wouldn't go along with my Valentine theme, so I'm using my favorite little set of needle nose pliers. These come in a 3-pack. I'll link them down below if you want to go check them out. And I just removed that. It did leave a couple little sharp pieces of the metal, so I'm just trying to bend that over and make sure that it just doesn't leave any sharp edges. So I really didn't like the color of it, so I'm going to go ahead and cover that with some of my white Waverly chalk as well.
Stay like a wrecking ball, we can break them all to a higher ground. We will not be found, we can win the game.
I could have chose to spray paint this, but whenever I originally was going to do it, I wasn't going to do such a full coverage coat of paint. I was going to let a little bit of that shiny brown color poke through, but then after I got to covering it up, I just really liked more of the white. But you can see that it is still not full coverage. It's a little bit translucent to where you can see through, so it gives it a little bit of a streak effect, and I really like that. It was a little hard to paint the top piece. My paint kept wanting to puddle up, and just where I was using such a large brush, I guess. And then I went ahead and painted a few inches down inside, just so if my flowers or greenery that I'm going to be using inside did kind of shift around, you wouldn't be able to see the dark color through that. I needed a wooden heart, so I'm using one of Dollar Tree's little wooden signs, and don't worry, I'll make sure that I recycle this little sign on something else. Most of my items get used, but I did need this little wooden heart. I'm going to go ahead and paint it using the pink ballet slipper again. This is just a perfect soft blush pink color to use for Valentine's Day, so I go ahead and end up having to give this 2 coats to get the coverage I wanted. I wanted to use the little wooden heart because just painting this white, it looked kind of bland, and I really wanted to dress it up for Valentine's Day. I'm also going to be using some of these beads. I picked these up in a fall garland. I got them 50% off, so they were really inexpensive from Hobby Lobby, and I've already used them on a ton of projects, and I have a ton more to get my use out of it. And I wanted this, like I say, to be a Valentine's DIY, so I did need the little heart in the front, and I wanted everything to coordinate together so I could put it all in my kitchen or dining room. I go ahead and just pull a couple of the beads off and then tie this little heart to it, so it kind of looks like a little hanging tassel or a little garland. I just really liked it, and then I went ahead and glued that on the inside. So this is something that after Valentine's Day, if I still want to use this, I can just kind of pop off the hot glue from the inside, or maybe even tuck in the little heart and hide it until Valentine's rolls around again. This is actually some of my favorite greenery. It's called boxwood and it's from Walmart. This was during Christmas time. It has a little bit of the glitter on the leaves and I just think it is so pretty. And I thought since it does have the glitter, it would go perfect for Valentine's Day, as well as using this little baby's breath. It is just the perfect little petite floral pieces that I can put in there. And I tried to bend over the stems. These were a little bit tricky to work with. You might just have to use wire cutters and take the tops off and push them down in styrofoam. But I like to leave my floral intact so that I can pull that out and reuse it anytime that I would like. But I thought that the little heart dangling just added the perfect little touch of Valentine's without being super overwhelming and kind of just looking out of place whenever I hang it up on the wall. I also wanted to give a makeover on a little ceramic set, and I know some people are going to hate this and some people might enjoy it, but I love little tea sets, especially little vintage looking ones. I used to have kind of like a bakery themed kitchen and I love like vintage pink china, but I went more with the farmhouse and I just really they don't mix very well together, fine china and farmhouse decor. So I enjoy Valentine's Day getting to get out beautiful little pink dishes and really decorate my home with them. And I love going into like TJ Maxx and purchasing like the ceramics, but sometimes these can be really pricey, especially whenever you put several pieces together. So after I saw this box set at the Goodwill, it was around $6. I was able to bring it home and spray paint it and make it look exactly like some of the Pinterest photos. If you type in like Ray Dunn Valentine's decor or just like Valentine's teapots, they come up with some beautiful decor, and I just thought this would be perfect. I haven't got out all of my Valentine's decor that I want to use yet, so it's definitely something I'm going to hold on to, and I'm excited to make like a wall or decorate my hutch. But the first thing I did was take these outside. I spray painted the large teapot white with some of the 2X Ultra Cover Rust-Oleum spray paint in matte white, and then I'm using this light pink color to do the little sugar and cream dishes. I really wanted to incorporate the pink, but I thought painting all 3 pieces pink would just be a little bit overwhelming, so I decided to do the 2 smaller ones, the colorful pieces, and then I wanted to coordinate the teapot, so I do add some of the same color into that. I needed another wooden heart, so I took it off of another little Dollar Tree sign that was already pink. It wasn't the same exact color, so I did go ahead and spray paint that, add a little twine bow, and then I hot glued that directly on this little ceramic teapot. I'm eventually just gonna display this little teapot set high on a shelf. It is just for looks only and display this. I'll never put these in the dishwasher. I'll just wipe them off as needed. If it bothers you to hot glue something onto the ceramic piece, you definitely could just use a pink little paint pen and draw a cute little heart on that to help it coordinate as well. But personally, I love pink and girly items at Valentine's. My girls will love this, and I just think it's a really cute little fun set that I got to make super inexpensive. You'll have to let me know which one of today's projects turned out to be your favorite. I think my favorite is the little tea set, but I also enjoyed putting together the other ones, and I'm excited that they all coordinate and have the same light little pink color, so they'll look really nicely together. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure you're subscribed. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye!